if you're seeing this, then that means it's Tarot Tuesday. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. My name is Lara, and whether or not it's Tuesday that this video is finding you, doesn't really matter. We are going to be taking a look at the week ahead, the next 7 days. The week of August 26th through September 1st. So that's what we're looking at. Like I said, if it's not anywhere around that time, or it's not anywhere around Tuesday the 26th, that's okay too, because time is not linear. So you can trust that you're receiving these messages exactly when you're meant to receive them. And what else? This is a general reading. This is a general reading for the collective of people who are coming to find it. And so it may not be super specific to what you have happening in your world right now, but we will be dealing with the energy and the themes and, you know, the patterns. These can all manifest in a myriad of ways across areas of an individual's life, as well as completely differently for everyone else. So you will know what messages are meant for you. Take what you like, leave what you don't. What's important is that you're here with as much of an open mind, open heart, and willingness to face your truth. And you'll be fine. So yeah, so welcome in. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you've never been here, it's so good to have you. And so we're going to talk, I guess we could talk a little bit about the astrology that's going on. Although I'm not like super updated, but I do know a little bit about, you know, what's happening looking forward. At least we know that by this time next week, we're going to be at a new moon. So there's that. And yeah, we'll chat a little bit about the astrology. I have my Oracle of Mystical Moments. So we'll pull from that. We'll catch some vibes. I just got some incense in my throat. We'll catch some vibes. And then we'll dive in with the tarot and see what we have coming up for us. So yes, without further ado, which is its own ado. Anyway, so what do we have? Where are we? What have we been doing? We are we're in the middle of a lot of things right now. Mercury retrograde is going to be coming to an end this week, actually. I believe it's the 28th. So in just a few more days. Then there's always a shadow period before and after. So some things may linger with that. But this is coming out of a very reflective time of how we are communicating with other people. Technology, just like retrogrades are like a forced slow way down and reflect. There are other planets that are retrograding right now. We're working with these energies all the way through to the end of the year. Saturn is a big one retrograding. Neptune? I'm like not even remembering because there's just so much going on right now. But there's things retrograding. I know Chiron retrograding as well, because why not throw that into the mix? And Chiron as the wounded healer. So there's a lot, needless to say, there's a lot of aspects of our lives that have come up for review and that are under review currently. So it's a lot. We're also going to be moving in towards the end of the year into eclipse season. So that's, eclipse energy is pretty wild. It's intense. It's magnified energies. It can be a little chaotic if you don't know how to work with it. The best way I have found to move through an eclipse season is you don't have to push too hard with what you're trying to do, because a lot of universal energy is moving forward for you. Whether you like how that looks or not is another story. But anyway, so that's happening. And then, like I said, this time next week, we'll be at a new moon. So a start of a whole new lunar cycle. Needless to say, there's just a lot going on. I don't know how you've been feeling. It's a lot. It's intense. But maybe for you or some of us or whoever, ideally there's breakthroughs happening with all of this, because we're here to look at this and to try to work with the energy instead of working against it. So in acting, they call that using it. Like, you're supposed to use it as fuel, right? Your emotions, your feelings, you gotta use it. Because emotions also is just energy in motion. So you might as well capitalize on that. Like a perfect example, currently what I'm doing is I am, using a lot of my anger to and transmuting that into creative opportunity. Do I know exactly how to do that? No, because this is my first time really realizing how to do it. So it's all an experiment. Okay? And at any point, you can try something new. That's what they don't tell you. They don't want you to know that. But yeah. So anyway, whatever. I feel like I'm rambling. Okay, so let's just dive in. I've got our oracle deck here, so I'm gonna give it a little shuffle and just ask what themes or information are we working with here as we move through the week? There's maybe something, but there it is. That's what it is. Oh, okie dokie. How interesting. So, yes. Okay. So, well, first of all, on the bottom of the deck, because this card is so striking, we have bloom, which is fitting because our card for this week is the gardener. So you can see that in this imagery, we have an individual who, it looks like their clothes are actually made of the buildings. There's some buildings behind them. And then there's little buildings in this, what looks like a flower bulb, presumably to be planted. And this is really invoking an image of opportunities, life as a garden, opportunities as seeds to be planted, but really sort of in the sense of building who you are, building, foundations, I want to say, because we have these buildings here. So there are how do I want to say it? It's sort of like both metaphors. Building a foundation and like tending to life as a garden are really coming together in this card here. And even, right, this bulb that can be planted has possibilities of more stability with these two little buildings. Let's see what the little book says about it. Okay. So the book says non-judgment, acceptance, and self-compassion in The Gardener. Interestingly enough. I'll read it and see what it says, because maybe there's something in this interpretation for someone here too. I still stand by what I was saying about it, and I think that that's like sort of keying us in for a tarot, but we'll see. Here we go. Standing proud in a lush green garden, a woman holds a growing bulb in her arms. Two small houses spring from the plant, and her skirt is transformed into a house. She is the gardener of her soul, the caretaker of her home. Her feelings are, that's kind of what we were just talking about. Her feelings are the flowers of her garden. By taking care of herself, she keeps growing stronger. Okay, cool. I like that too. That's giving me, like, you've been working on building something for yourself for a while and planting seeds. Taking care of yourself. But sometimes uninvited guests invade the garden, intruders like jealousy or shame. If we recognize these are neither good nor bad, but something to be investigated and accepted, we can treat ourselves with compassion and keep blooming. Okay, cool. So I'm also feeling like the struggle with jealousy, shame. I'm going to even add guilt, other limited mindsets, maybe comparison, perfectionism, whatever it is that it might be for you. Those things coming up, being uprooted as you are taking care of yourself, building something up for yourself. Taking responsibility for your life and what you want, really. Okay, interesting. And then also we had bloom on the bottom. So, and the bloom on the bottom is sort of giving me like, you can't rush a flower's bloom. And I hate when people say that to me. Because I want it now. And I want it to change now. But that's my own problem. Because really, it's true. You don't know what you don't know. And you can't force yourself to grow faster or heal faster than you can. That can actually be pretty dangerous, particularly with healing. Or if you're on like a spiritual path, opening up too much too fast can also be, that can actually cause more harm than good. But anyway, so we're going to dive in and see what this means for our week ahead for the next 7 days. Could we please have a clear and concise look at our week ahead? I'll take 3 cards, please, and thank you. What do we have for the collective? There's 1. Thank you. 2. Thank you. And 3. Thank you. All right, interesting. Okay. Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Yowza. All right, what do we got? Okay, there's a lot happening here. All right, we're gonna do our best. Starting with our shadow card. Underneath the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. So tens are a number of endings. This is the end of the chapter. This particular card gives walking away. The Ten of Swords, swords being our thoughts, our communication. So, but often the Ten of Swords indicates some sort of painful ending. It's a little dramatic, right? So kind of walking off into the sunset here. Not without being like divinely guided though. But there is some sort of like dramatics to it. This is a yeah, it's not something that you're walking away from without feeling some feelings. Underneath that, how interesting. So we have the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Ace of Swords, which is number 1. So this is brand new beginnings. This is like clarity, mental breakthrough. This could also be like overly open crown chakra. Which isn't necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. But there's some sort of new path, new ideas forming, coming into being. I want to say strategy because I see like these as like steps. So you're definitely closing a very significant cycle. If there's been some sort of limiting belief that's been holding you back, you are like dramatically walking away from that. This feels like big aha moments. So, and we're talking about our shadow card placements. With the Nine of Cups underneath that all in reverse, this is sort of implying to me that like there's a previous idea of success here or fulfillment that I think was based off of maybe more ego versus like a higher mind, higher self spirit, soul's purpose. And then Judgment underneath that this is all like a part of an up leveling. Like this spiritual resurrection here. So that's what's happening underneath the surface. No big deal. So a lot of big shifts. what does that mean for us as we move through the week? Well, it's interesting. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Sorry, not the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Swords. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So what does this mean for us? With the Three of Pentacles, we're talking about collaboration. In the reverse position, we're focused on where our ego is taking over, where someone else's ego is taking over. The parties involved are all coming here together to create this one beautiful thing. In this reverse position, there's a lot of conflict of interest. Maybe everybody's ego is getting in the way. And this could be work or career related. The Six of Swords in the reverse position, this is telling us there's going to, I think, okay, yeah, this is making sense. So I feel like the significant breakthrough that's coming is seeing where this ego is getting in the way of what it is you're trying to create for yourself. Again, you know, we're working with Pentacles, and in this card we have like the buildings, the foundations, structures, like that's material resources is what we're talking about with the Pentacles. With the Six of Swords in reverse, this is like a reluctance or refusal to move away from a situation or a thought process that is creating chaos and instability in your life into, you know, being divinely led into calmer waters. But, you know, if in the upright position, that's like what we're doing, and not without like some, you know, maybe some sadness feeling our feelings, but like in the reverse position, we're really reluctant. There's resistance in this movement. But the aha that I see coming, I just saw 2323 on the timer, if that means anything for anyone. The Two of Pentacles in reverse, this is speaking to energy that's out of balance. So and interestingly enough, I feel like with this Two of Pentacles in particular, it has an interesting like spiritual element to it. There's sort of this like, it looks kind of like a sun, but it is still like, it has the pentacle in it, but it's not this material, right? And this is implying sort of a balance between the spiritual and material realm here. So completely out of balance. I think there's going to be an aha moment where this week we'll be realizing that certain connections, collaborations, creative projects, like we're walking away from them because they are actually creating more of the chaos or our reluctance to walk away from it. This is what's keeping us out of touch and out of balance. The trick, because we read from the book about the gardener, I think the trick here is going to be, how do we do this in a way where we're then not shaming ourselves for this reluctance to move? But I'm getting the sense that, like, this is all coming up because it's on the way out. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You would know more than me. Also, for whatever it's worth, 3 times 2 is 6. Yeah, is this making sense? Does this make sense? I don't know that I don't know if I have more words around this in this moment. Yeah, I think, yeah, there's going to be like connections highlighted where we're going to see that we've been in refusal of moving away. And that's why we've been feeling this imbalance. And this, you know, this doesn't have to mean like physically moving away. This could, because this is also swords, so we're dealing with like mental thoughts, right? And in our shadow card, we've got so many swords happening here as well. So this could, you know, this could be like physically leaving some sort of collaboration or connection, some sort of work thing, or this could be, you know, just seeing where you have refused to change and move away from certain thought patterns that are creating chaos and instability in your life, because you're over here trying to put it all together, right? And this is an indication of what's working against you. Well, okay, and that just fell, and it just fell upright. So I feel like that's like a confirmation. And the confirmation being, you know, finding your balance is a dance. Life is a dance. But the aha moment is coming. This is like walking through, closing into a new beginning. Because you're here doing this work to build a solid foundation. Why do this work if you're just going to build something that's not going to hold for you? It's really what it is. And that, my friends, takes so much time. It takes time. But I want to know. But it takes time. It takes time. Because sometimes you think you know what you want, but then you realize that that was somebody else's dream or some other storyline that was like, oh, this is what you need to have, and that's like not what you want. But there's hope and celebration for us on the other side that, like I said, bloom. So, you know, we can't force this to grow faster than it's going to grow. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I have. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, share, all of the things. I love to know how it's going with you. And if you would like more information about me and what I do, there's a bunch of information in the description box below. You can take a look at that. I would love to connect if you want to connect with me, if you have questions about working with me. I do all kinds of fun things. You can email me. That's down there as well, down there. And yeah, that's what I've got. So we'll see how it goes. I think the key here is, patience and like really just accepting, like with this Gardener card. Acceptance. You got to start where you are. So, all the best of luck to all of us. And, yeah, this was our Tarot Tuesday reading, and I will see you on the other side.